On today's video, we're going to check out a 1995 Toyota HiAce Japanese import that I seen on Craigslist. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike the Baldadonis, and I buy and sell cars as a hobby, and I bring you guys along with me, showing the pros and cons of each vehicle I buy. This was a random video, actually. I buy and sell cars, so I'm on Craigslist and Facebook all the time looking for vehicles. I seen this and I said, wow, that thing is pretty neat. I don't see a lot of JDM vehicles around my way. I might see one drive by every once in a while, but I was like, wow, that thing is so cool. I reached out to him. I said, hey, listen, you'd be interested in doing a video? He was like, hell yeah. So a few days later, no, but I think about a week later, I forget how long it was. But anyways, he invited me over to his house. I did this video. So guys, I want you to check it out. His name is Chris. But before we get to Chris, I buy and sell cars as a hobby. I do travel videos throughout New England. I talk about life experiences. So if you want to check out my channel, cool. If not, enjoy Chris's video. So until the next video, everybody, Baldadonis out.
Hey, I'm Chris. This is my 1995 Toyota HiAce Super Custom Limited. It's a 3-liter turbo diesel, all-wheel drive. It has about 244,000 kilometers on it, which translates to around 140,000 or so miles. It's an excellent driver, runs comfortably, and it's a heck of a lot of fun. I originally found the vehicle on Facebook Marketplace and bought myself a one-way ticket from Worcester to Newark, New Jersey, and met someone that I never knew before, and trusted him, he trusted me, and exchanged title for cash, and drove home with it that night. The ride home was a little bit stressful, only because it was first time driving right-hand drive over the George Washington Bridge at about 1 o'clock in the morning. So first time driving any different vehicle is always something special, but it's a little bit, you know, of a unique ride simply because you're cab over design. So you feel all of the bumps very differently than you do in a regular vehicle, and then driving on the opposite side. And then you also have the have to remember where your blinkers and your turn signals are, because the exact same configuration, just completely opposite. So every single time you want to turn on a blinker, you end up turning on a windshield wiper, and vice versa.
How's it like riding on the road?
Riding on the road is really, really comfortable. The only thing that's different about it is you just have to think about placement a little bit, lane placement. I say it's like driving a motorcycle. You always have to be conscious of, you know, where you are on the road, and same with this. Don't text and drive, but you notice that when you look down at your cell phone about where it is that you're going, you tend to drift towards the center of the road. So.
Fuel economy.
This HiAce gets about 21 to 23 miles per gallon if you're easy on it, going about 60 miles an hour. You know, anything above that, you end up pushing the RPMs a little higher, and you get decreased fuel mileage. But you know, it's possible to go faster around town. You know, probably around 19 or so.
Compliments.
Wherever you go, if there's people there, they're going to try and sneak a shot. And that's one of the coolest things. Like, I'm, you know, happy to talk about it, happy to tell people about it. I wanted to make sure that nobody confused it for a Volkswagen. So that's one of the reasons why Toyota is just, you know, huge front and center across both sides of the vehicle. That, and also my design idea here is I wanted it to look like a Matchbox car. You know, something that I played with growing up. I just wanted to have fun with it, and that was really the aesthetic I was going for. I think my favorite feature is, okay, hands down my favorite feature on this vehicle is the seating. So I love having my kids in the back and they face each other. and when they face each other when they're sitting, it's just lots and lots of fun. You know, unless you're riding in a limousine, there's no other vehicles out there that allow you to have that interactive seating engagement. So the only thing that would make it better is like a sound divider like on a limousine, so all the fun that they can have is located in the back of the vehicle instead of the front. But yeah.
What's your least favorite?
I think the least favorite thing about this vehicle is not the availability of parts, but the fact that everything is custom. So, you know, here in the States, you have to wait for anything to arrive. So I replaced the back, the rear engine mount, and I found it luckily on eBay because it's a fairly common part for lots of different Toyotas. I think the Hilux uses it as well, and it ended up taking about 3 weeks to get here. So you have to find it, specific part number, order it, wait, and then it'll arrive. So here's the engine. You basically sit over it. It's a 3-liter turbo diesel. I think it's about 144-ish, maybe 130-ish horsepower, and a lot more torque. It's reliable, and they say bulletproof as long as you make sure that the you know, it's properly cool. They have aluminum heads, and they like to warp if they're not cool. Sounds great. I put a 3-inch exhaust on it just to open up the flow of the exhaust a little bit more through the mufflers. It certainly helps with power a little bit, or at least just throttle response. I wouldn't say power so much. You're not going to get a lot of power out of these. You know, it's not a speed vehicle. It certainly sounds great. It's a lot of fun. So here's some of my favorite features in the vehicle. There's a cooling tray in here, so you can actually make ice if you wanted to. Turn on the air conditioning, and there's a couple ice trays that pull out so that you keep your beverages cold. And then when you want your hot beverages, like your tea and things like that, there's a hot pot in here that works surprisingly well. And I always make sure to have you know, green tea in the dash, so that when people want Japanese beverages, they can have it in their Japanese van, you know. So yeah, some other features. It has a built-in TV. Unfortunately, it's not the same frequencies and radio stations. And speaking about that, also, you have your FM player here, which actually only has about the range. FM range is a little bit lower than ours here in the States. So I think it goes from about 76 to 90 or so. Let's see some other features in here. We have Thames, which is the Toyota automatic something suspension, which basically sets it to sport mode or normal for, you know, soft driving. There's also the ECT power mode, which essentially keeps the automatic transmission in lower gears for a little bit longer, just to give you a better throttle response. And then here's all the controls for the cool and hot box with ice maker. So here's the seating arrangements in the back. It's super custom limited, ultra configurable. My favorite configuration is as it's set up right now, which is limo seating. It has 3 skylights in here and sunroofs. The central one is panoramic and goes all the way back. Certainly goes back faster when the engine's running, but that's all right. And then this back one tilts up and just gives a little bit of ventilation in the back. Here's a configuration of the front seats in sort of a passenger facing each other mode, and then all of this swivels around for any sort of configuration that you want for tailgating, for fun like that. and then completes the spin around for a traditional minivan setup. And then on top of that, comes all the way down for a bed configuration and/or additional seating like this. So here's the back configuration here. One great thing about these seats is that you can push them all the way forward and then have, you know, access to whatever it is that you want to put back here, which is fantastic. But yeah, so here's the rear heat. Works really well. Blows out the side, and then there's also vents on the top here. So, you know, thanks for coming along for this little trip here and explanation of my HiAce. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm happy to. It's actually up for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and I committed to a new buyer tomorrow. So they're going to daily it and have fun with it. And enjoy it for everything that it is, and you know, having everybody take all those candid shots wherever you go. It's been a lot of fun, but it's on to a much larger van for family road tripping. So.